Alright, hey everybody, Old Guy Jammin' here. Today we're out in the garage with a multi-speaker swap. This is the SC cab. I liked it quite a bit better than the 212 MX cab from Marshall that I got first, but it was particle board MDF front. This is particle board plywood front. I thought the whole thing was plywood, but it's not. Part of the reason I upgraded was when I got my first cab, I noticed the corners weren't tight, which was really annoying. And then I got this one, and the corners aren't tight again. So we've got to fix for that. But this one looks a lot better with the gold enhancements. It looks a lot better with the JC800 head, which is right over there. So, and it is a little better. Plus, instead of a pair of 7080s, this comes with a pair of V-types. And the V-type's actually, I think, a pretty good speaker. You can be happy with that. However, what I have is, I think probably the best speaker for Marshall's is the G12M65 Creamback. It's not as bright as these. It's creamy, right? It's got a creamy top end, pretty tight bottom end. And then I've got the DV77 over here that I had in this 1x12 because I used to run that on top of that for a mini stack. But now I have this. And I don't think I'm ever going to need anything else. I've always wanted one of these slant cabs. They're beautiful. It's great. So what I'm going to do today is put the Creamback on the top and the DV77 on the bottom. The DV77 is 2 dB more efficient. So it's going to be slightly louder. So I'll put it on the bottom. And it's going to provide massive bottom end. Should I ever plug a head into this thing that is more, shall we say, aggressive, like the Angle or something, then we'll have that to help bring out the drop tunings. We'll always have that to handle the Marshall goodness, and the two together ought to sound great. And that will make this cab something I can live with for the rest of my playing life. I'll put the V-type in here, and it'll be okay. But that's a grab and go, you know, just a grab and go DSL-20, which is an awesome amp. But I think I can live with the V-type. If I can't, I'll do something else later. But I'll put a V-type in this one and then sell it, because I need the money, and I have this now. So I don't need those two stacked on top of each other. Dig? All right. Also then, we've got corners right over here. I was able to find these for British amps, and they're from Mojotone, and I actually had a hard time finding corners for slanted cabs. But if you go on the Mojotone website, you'll see that they have a lot of corners for what they call British cabs. So this is the back one, and bottom corners for the back, bottom corners for the front as well. But then for the slant front corners, they have some more specific ones. So we'll be putting those on. I went to the hardware store, I got more brass little screws. Good idea to pre-drill for all these so you don't crack your particle board. Hard to put particle board back together once you chip it out. So that's what we're doing today. See you in a sec. Alright, we are working on I got all the speakers done, and it went just as expected, except I lost a screw. I have no idea where it went, but isn't that just how it is when you're working on cars and or other crap? Anyway, I've started the corners. You're going to want to pre-drill with a 7/64 or something very close to that. Pre-drill so you don't blow out your MDF or your particle board. Angle in a little bit, and then do your backs, and then these will just, you know, rest down in. There's no point. I mean, there's little danger of missing on this big side. There is a danger of missing here, but this is really thick. I mean, the inside of this is backed with 3/4 inch particle board, so there's all sorts of material back there. But this is not structural. You're just trying to hold the end cap on. You're just trying to hold the corner cap on. So pre-drill so you don't blow stuff out. And then I always use power tools. I don't use hand screwdrivers. unless it's just to check the snugness to make sure my drills aren't, out of spec. But I use the clutch on these things and never had any problem. Now the Mojotone corner kit is great as is. I bought these extra. My lighting's really bad on that, but I bought these. They have some extra caps that are Marshall specific, but they're actually too large for this cap. Whereas this is the Mojotone corner cap, and it fits nice and snug, matches the others, matches the corners. So you don't need to go ahead, you don't need to buy an extra set of Marshall specific. They don't fit this cab well, so I don't know what they're for. The Mojotone set is fine for what you're doing. And I think it was $9 for all 8 corners. So, super good deal. I went to the hardware store, got these brass screws so it looks right. Alright? Yeah. There's my buddy Charm. What's up, Charlie? Go. So it's going great. Corners look fantastic. They match the glistening brass hardware that are on the handles. Why they don't have this cab sold with corners, I have no idea. The Silver Jubilee cab, though, is the only one that comes with corners. But sure, easy enough to add on, and it improves the look. It improves the look. That looks great. And it will make those corners look a lot better. I mean, because that's just such a glaring distraction. You know what I mean? That's stupid. But that looks good. And it matches the head that you might have on top of it. So, well worth the $8 or $9 or $10 that I spent. Mojotone is where you get them. I'll put a link in the description. You do not need to get the extra specific Marshall corner cabs. They're too big, they don't fit well, and they are not the same size as what you find there anyway. Okay, so I think we're good. 49ers are kicking Rams. In fact, the 49ers just won 31-14. Yeah, all right. See you later.